Chelsea tried to hijack a £50 million Blockbuster transfer. Chelsea is said to have a huge interest in Belgian international Romelu Lukaku. The Blues have strengthened their midfield department last January when they issued more than £100 million for Enzo Fernandez from Benfica. But after a very below-the-last standard campaign, Mauricio Pochettino was still not happy with his choice in midfield. Pochettino and Chelsea seem to be frustrated when they have to increase their midfield this summer. However, they cannot approve an agreement with Brighton for their Ecuador international, Moises Caicedo, which means Lavia seems to have risen in their shopping list. Southampton is said to want a £50 million transfer fee, something that has no team that wants to fulfill it, but the longer the team offered, it is likely that Chelsea could enter and land talented young players. Midfielder Dharmesh Sheth has spoken directly on Sky Sports about the situation. He said, "Southampton stands firmly around £50 million is what they appreciate from Romelu Lukaku. Chelsea are very interested in Romelu Lukaku. They have not been all out with the bidding process." Chelsea inaugurated their interest in Lavia with the possibility of submitting an offer for the Southampton midfielder. Enzo Fernandez hopes to have a greater influence at Chelsea this season. Enzo Fernandez said Chelsea were eyeing the Premier League title this season, along with the Domestic Cup, because Enzo said expectations had changed since the arrival of Mauricio Pochettino as managers. The 22-year-old player did not think that the last sad season would stop Chelsea from returning to the glory of the past and said they were targeting the top once again, with a new, more aggressive attitude. "Now we have a new head coach. You must say our hope has changed." Explained, "When I arrived, everything was difficult. There were many changes that occurred and everything happened so fast for me. But now hope has changed. We want to be an aggressive team, a team that attacks and survives well, who enters every match to win it, whoever we fight, and seem to dominate every match we take. And obviously we want to try to win the Premier League. That is our goal for this year. In addition, I think the trophy in England began in January, but the main goal of this year was to win the Premier League." Chelsea and Bayern Munich were involved in a transfer battle for goalkeepers worth £17 million. Chelsea and Bayern Munich are rumored to be fighting all out to get goalkeeper Valencia Georgi Mamardashvili this summer. Mamardashvili has appeared as one of the most promising goalkeepers in the world because of his mature appearance last season, the left-foot shot that was blessed with reflexes and the ability to kick. The Georgian player appeared in every minute of the La Liga Valencia campaign last time. He kept 7 clean sheets in 38 league matches, and also recorded 2 closures in 4 domestic cup matches. Now, according to Tadovicic, Chelsea and Bayern Munich both expressed interest in contracting the junior Dinamo Tbilisi products. Both clubs are currently hunting for promising number 1 players. Meanwhile, Valencia was open to release Mamardashvili if the offer of around £17 million was submitted in the near future. Mamardashvili, whose contract will now end in June 2027, joins his current club from Dinamo Tbilisi on loan status in 2021. He got a permanent move to them for £750,000 in the winter 2022. So far, Mamardashvili has made 63 overall appearances for Valencia. Tottenham Hotspur manager Ange Postecoglou is interested in contracting Romelu Lukaku from Chelsea this summer. Spurs have been linked to the surprise step for the 30-year-old player. The Australian coach personally requested that the Belgian international be signed in the ongoing transfer window. As happened, Harry Kane's future is uncertain on the North London side. Bayern Munich is interested in getting the services of the England international. For this reason, if Harry Kane leaves in the coming weeks, Postecoglou wants to replace it with Lukaku. At present, the striker wants to part with the Stamford Bridge team this summer. Tottenham is willing to pay his weekly salary of £300,000 to move to the North London team. Lukaku has a chaotic career so far. Entering Chelsea as a young player, the attacker appeared impressive in clubs like West Bromwich Albion and Everton before Manchester United came to ask for his services in the summer of 2017. However, the Belgian player failed to make a sign at Old Trafford and was sold to Inter Milan. After 2 impressive seasons in Nerazzurri, the Blues rented him back. But after only 1 year back at the West London club, Lukaku was sent back on loan to Inter. But the Belgian player could not do much in Serie A the previous season.
Now, he is in limbo on the Stamford Bridge side.
Roy Hodgson admitted that Crystal Palace will fight to maintain Chelsea Michael Essiens Target this summer. Crystal Palace manager Roy Hodgson claims that they are ready to fight to defend Michael Olise this summer in the midst of interest from Chelsea and Manchester City. Palace has lost their star player, Wilfried Zaha, to Galatasaray and is now afraid of losing their top prospect, Olise, who shines last season. The Blues encouraged their signing and had submitted an offer of £39 million to contract Olise, and the Frenchman was open to move because it was understood that the player was tempted by the Chelsea project. The 21-year-old purchase clause is £35 million, and given that Chelsea has offered more than that, they aim to complete their signing as quickly as possible before City pounced. Also believed Mauricio Pochettino is an admirer of Olise and has spoken to the player, who has reached an agreement to join Chelsea after the Blues agreed to an agreement with Eagles. But former British manager Hodgson claimed that they would fight for him to remain an attacker. As he said in an interview with The Sun,
"We have two extraordinary wingers who are among the best in the league.
Michael was on the right side, and Wilfried Zaha on the left. We don't have any more Wilf, and there is even a little doubt over the future of Michael Olise because the clubs surround it, and we will fight to make sure he stay with us. Olise will be an extraordinary addition, and the fact that he has competed in the Premier League and excels to make him even more tempting.
He is a flamboyant playmaker who can play in the right wing and midfield offensive.
We have a good depth on the right wing if we can add it." Ajax midfielder can be a good new addition in Stamford Bridge this summer. Chelsea cannot convince Brighton and Hove Albion to part with Moises Caicedo so far this summer, and now updates have appeared on potential alternatives that can be obtained instead. According to The Times, the Blues are interested in bringing Ajax midfielder Adson Alvarez this summer. According to the report, the West London club has compiled a list of strong midfield targets, with Alvarez called one of the players who can be signed as a substitute for Caicedo this summer. It is said that Mauricio Pochettino wants to strengthen the midfield option available to him ahead of next season, following a number of players from last month. According to ESPN, Brighton rejected the £80 million offer from the Blues for their Ecuador midfielder last week. As a result, the signing of Alvarez will be a great opportunity to bring in experienced and quality midfielders who can add depth in midfield and will even be a big increase. Alvarez is reported to have a price label of £40 million, entering the top 5 for touch, operant resolution, progressive shooting distance, and dribbler conducted by every player in Eredivisie during the 2022-23 season. Proves that he is a very talented midfielder who can become an asset which is very valuable for Chelsea next season. Chelsea vs Dortmund ended in a 1-1 draw. Chelsea drew 1-1 with Borussia Dortmund in a trial match. Mason Burstow's goal in the final minutes saved the Blues from defeat. Chelsea have a chance in the 11th minute. Ben Chilwell's corner bait can be continued by Thiago Silva to go to Levi Colwill. However, his voltage kick is still soaring. Chilwell tries to threaten through a kick from a narrow angle. However, his efforts have not met the target. Chelsea pressure has not subsided. This time, Enzo Fernandez had the opportunity to take advantage of Silva's bait, kicking but also still wide. Score 0-0 closing the first half. After the break, Mykhailo Mudryk has a chance, however, the shot can also be blocked.
Dortmund, which is more depressed, can actually steal a goal in the 80th minute. Samuel Bamba's remote kick presents chaos. The wild ball leads to Marius Wolf, who is free in front of the Chelsea goal.
Wolf calmly struck the ball into a goal. Chelsea can survive the defeat after Mason Burstow scored in the 89th minute. Starting from Mudryk's free kick on the right side, Dortmund players are not good enough to dispel the ball. Burstow can use it to score goals through a header. 1-1 draw score ended the match. Player composition: Chelsea, Arrizabalaga, James, Thiago Silva, Colwill, Chilwell, Enzo, Gallagher, Sterling, Chukwuemeka, Nkunku, Jackson. Borussia Dortmund: Meyer, Ben-Sabini,
Oskin, Reyes, Hummels, Moukoko, Sabitzer, Malen, Sewell, Ryerson, Adeyemi.
Chelsea have been hit by injury to the Liverpool match. The signing of £52 million from RB Leipzig came out after falling in the penalty area before being replaced by Mykhailo Mudryk in the 22nd minute. Nkunku was now doubtful to face Liverpool in the Premier League opening match at Stamford Bridge next weekend. Pochettino gave Nkunku's condition updates after playing 1-1 with Dortmund in Chicago. Pochettino said the doctors are examining him and I hope it is not a big problem. He fell while in action, which might be a penalty, and he felt something in his knee, but we hope it is not a big problem. We hope he can quickly return with the team. We need a few days to judge him. Pochettino admitted that Chelsea took the risk of playing on the surface but was careful not to criticize the host in the United States. Pochettino added, "I don't see the action but will not complain. We always take risks because the field is not perfect because they use it for different sports and that is sometimes a risk of tour. But I think it's a little unlucky in this situation. But we cannot complain about the field and blame the field why he is injured. For me it is a bad luck." Pochettino said Chelsea would be ready when they met the Jurgen Klopp team on August 13th. "We must be prepared. That's not an option. There is only one choice, ready, and we will be ready. I think today we play a brilliant game. I think it's an interesting match against a very good team like Dortmund. I think we deserve to win, but this is not about results. This is about feelings and performance, and I think when we scored a goal with Mason in the end it was a relief. I think to return to feelings, losing the match is unfair. I think in the end it is to build something, and feelings after 5 matches on the tour are good. Now we have to continue working and develop our ways to play and yes, get ready to start the competition."